What's up? um, wow. I guess I haven't really thought this like super far through. But what the hell? Wanting to create a YouTube channel. Honestly, not for like any reason in particular. Um, I just found these earrings in my pocket, so I'm gonna put them in while I'm talking. Not for any reason in particular, other than the fact that, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's maybe an outlet, you know what I mean? For myself to just kind of like talk about what I'm going through, how I feel. I don't know, I feel like a good sort of coping mechanism to combat life. So, this is just kind of like an introduction video. Um, Welcome. My name is Romeo, or Romeo, or Mayo. It's a nickname. Um, I, you are currently watching Loving Romeo. Um, Welcome to the channel. I'm 19 years old. I turned 20 in like less than a month. I live in the Midwest. I live in the Bucktooth middle of nowhere. I say that even though it's a pretty big place. Um, but I hate the Midwest. I really do. I want to move out. I want to move somewhere else. But, I still have like pretty much an entire year left on my lease. And your boy's in debt. So we also gotta like not like take care of the dead, but we definitely have to like at least get it down, or prepare. So I literally came into this video like with minimal thought, minimal effort, which is honestly probably really bad if you're starting a YouTube channel. But here we are. I think I'm gonna step back a bit so you can like see me. I'm currently in my kitchen in my house actually that looks really bad, so I'm not gonna show you guys because that's just no bueno. No bueno. But yeah. These are a couple of things that I have been noticing about my life lately. And cha-ching, here you go. Well, first of all, I'm gay. You know what I mean? That's my sexuality. I have been gay since I was technically about like 11. That's when I first realized. I had been fully out since the beginning of the year to my family. I talked to some of my family. I could keep in contact with my mom. She, to a degree, is okay with me being gay. I talk to my sister every once in a while. I speak to my grandma often. My grandpa, I do not. And I speak to my Aunt Linda. So it's like it's my grandma's sister. I don't know how that works within like the what is it, the treearchy? It's like a hierarchy for like your family tree or whatever. I don't know how that works. I don't know if she's technically like my great aunt or something like that. I think, to a degree. I have a candle burning in the background, but you can't see. I'm not gonna openly say, but where I got this candle, I may work there. It's called Marshmallow Fireside. It's actually a really good candle. I like it. But that's like a bit about my family. My grandpa. So I didn't grow up with a dad. My dad was deported when I was a kid. So it was just me, my mom, and my sister. And technically, me and my sister are half siblings because we both have different dads. So yeah. But to preface that, I was saying like I only know one set of my grandparents. I don't know my abuelo or my abuela. Abuelo, abuela. I'm Mexican, but I literally lived with Brazilians for like 3 years, and so sometimes when I say Spanish words, they sound Brazilian, like abuelo, like I'm trying to say it. So abuelito or abuelita, all that fun stuff. I speak un poquito de español. Eu falo mais português. I speak more Portuguese than I do Spanish. Just adding in there because I'm a little cultural. Anyways, this video is gonna be like off the rockers. It's not going to be like. I feel like that's what I want for my channel, is not really to have like any sort of set thing. Just kind of like what I've been realizing, what I've been doing lately. Literally just like a video log. You know what I mean? But whoever discovers this can like watch it as well. But I've been trying to grow a lot within myself and within my body. If you're this far into the video, I also want to preface this channel by saying I'm not going to be one that's going to talk away from shy topics. I will try to put trigger warnings if it's anything like mental health, anything particular or specific about like my life, what I've gone through, what I see, what's going on in life. But I will not shy away from it. Even sexual things, like that's something that I want to talk about on my channel too, because I feel like it's such a taboo topic, and it's something that like we just don't talk about enough as a whole in like society. You know what I mean? Like sex, masturbation, all that fun stuff is like literally shied away from. You know what I mean? So this channel is very much like, I want to say 18 up or 17 up. You know what I mean? Like, because of the fact that I will talk about these things on my channel, and I'm not going to like, oh, frick, I got something in my eye. I'm not going to be like shying away from that topic. Then I feel like that's something I should say and should like regress with you guys or talk about with you guys. I also have 2 cats. Their names are Momo and Franklin. I have Momo's here. Momo's always by my feet in the kitchen. Go say hi, Momos. Go say hi. This is Momo. When I was only supposed to get him. They told me he was a girl, so his original name was Crema. We found out he was a boy. We changed his name to Cremo, and Momo for short. Mi hijo. This is Momo. I think you hear Franklin in the background. Bubba's, where you at? Momo loves to be by my feet in the kitchen very much. I don't really want to go grab Franklin because, I mean, you'll probably see him at some point in these videos. But as well, I don't really know where I was going with this. You'll kind of see me bounce all over the place. But yeah, so my grandpa ended up sort of disowning me when I came out to him. Back into the serious stuff already. Whoa. But my grandpa basically ended up disowning me. You know, I came out to each family member, like almost each one that I'm more involved with, in their own way. You know what I mean? Specifically, he was the last person I came out to, because I had a really hard childhood with him growing up. We did not have like a good relationship. We don't really know. He's an angry man. You know what I mean? He still has not changed in his ways, and he's not. I don't know. There's a lot that had happened in his life that made him the way he is, and unfortunately, it made him stagnant in life and willing to see things from another angle, to suggest, you know, like outside help or anything like that. He's very, very put off like that. But, you know, yeah, so I had a really hard time when I came out to him. It was a really hard time for me. He won't touch me, like he won't hug me or give me any affection or anything like that, because he says he's old-fashioned, which I'm assuming that means he thinks he can get AIDS from me, which is not true. Very not true, but in his eyes, that's just the way it is, and that's, you know, it's whatever, in my opinion. My grandma, when I told her, she basically just changed the subject. I said, Grandma, I like guys. She goes, honey, do you know that building was built when you were born? Like around the time you were born? And we went through that like 3 different times. I love her to death. She's wonderful though. My Aunt Linda, she was like, I could care less if you loved a purple cow with spots on it. She was like, I love you. And so my mom was very much, I had a hard time with my mom because she was the only person that knew besides my family, like, before any of this happened. So it took like 8 years, 8 years for her to be okay with it, for the idea to be okay in her brain. And so, she is just kind of like, I love you no matter what, but she believes in her heart that that's not the end plan for me. And I want to let her believe that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I told my sister, she was okay with it, she was like, yeah, I mean, you do you. And, like, not that I'm saying that I don't appreciate that, and I feel like I really want to preface that by saying, like, I'm so grateful that my sister, like, accepted me, like, that's wonderful, you know what I mean? But we've always had a rocky relationship, too, so it was, like, in that moment when she said that, I'm like, are you just saying that to say that, or is that how you feel? Like, I just felt like it was so rehearsed, or maybe that I don't know her enough to actually, like, understand what she's saying or telling me. And so so coming out to my family was a very, very big thing, you know what I mean? Once I told my grandpa too, he told the rest of our family, and my uncle and his family don't agree with that. They didn't tell me to my face, but I found out when they were drunk, obviously, as one does. And so that was hurtful. I think I've just experienced a lot of hurt from my family in general, with life, you know what I mean? Okay, let me speak. I always said that I was a piece of toast in a white bread family because my entire family is white. Like, and I look white right now, or I don't know how I look in the camera. I am brown. I'm brown, please. I'm Mexican. But I'm like half white, you know what I mean? But I didn't grow up around my dad's family, so I grew up around my mom's, and so they're all white. So I would say I'm a piece of toast in a white bread family, which, number one, already makes me feel like out. Like, I'm like, I don't look like my cousins. Not that a lot of people do, but it's like, whoa, we're related. Like, you have good relationships. Like, I didn't have good relationships with my cousins at all. You know what I mean? I still don't to this day. I tried to with I had two uncles. My mom had two brothers. One of them had recently, well, not recently, but passed in 2022 or 2023, the end of the year. And it has been really hard since then for them and our family, and so it's just my other uncle, and so, yeah, it's always been a bit different in my life, you know what I mean? Yeah, so there's a lot that went on with my life that just not made me the way I am, but definitely helped me not progress in certain areas, and I have been noticing that lately. I went on a date with some guy on New Year's, and the thing was I was like, hey, let's, like, have a sleepover. You mind if I sleep over at your house? He was like, not really, not at all. I said, okay, great. I get there at like 6 p.m. You know what I mean? We ended up staying until like up until 8 a.m. So I was up all night. It's easier for him too, because I think he has insomnia, and so I don't. And so I was like dying, but I really wanted to talk to him. So, as one does, you continue the conversation. Oh, the cops. La Bobo. Anyways, I had a date with this guy. It was really good. It went really well. It was wonderful. Like, I just felt like I've never talked with someone that long, or just like I had deep connection with him. Okay. Hello? Thank you. You know what? I actually shouldn't say that because maybe there's someone dying. No, please go. Ignore me. Me and my little YouTube channel do not matter that much. But what was I saying? Okay, yeah, I had really good connection with this guy, and like we stayed up all night, had some fun. Not so much fun. If you catch my drift, it was like minimal fun-ish. Regardless, I ended up leaving the next day at like 4 p.m. I slept at some point, and then the next day after that, I felt like absolute shit. Literal shit. Like, I did not, and I go through spurts of depression often, where I really don't like to get up and take a shower in the morning, or I just don't like to do anything, and I don't want to do anything. And so that was one of those days. I just felt like shit. I was like, wanted to go to work. I didn't want to go to work, and work was just terrible too. It was just a boring day. So it's like, oh, that makes everything like fucking worse. Yeah, and I remember this is really bad because actually said guy that I was talking to, I was telling him that I love ChatGPT, and I always take advice from ChatGPT. It's probably not the best thing, but I definitely was. And so I always like put in my problems with ChatGPT because who else am I gonna talk to? You want me to pay $200 for a therapy visit? Spooky, no. ChatGPT free. They got me. Anyway, I put my said symptoms into ChatGPT, and obviously it gives that response like, this is very normal, or this is specific with this too. And it just kind of helped me understand what are you doing? What are you doing, Minter? Oh, Franklin's here now. Let me show you Franklin real quick. Okay. Bubba's. Go say hi. Say hi to the camera. Say hi to the camera, Bubba's. Okay. And you're gonna like beat me up. I pick you up like this all the time. Well, actually, yeah, I pick you up like this all the time. What's going on right now? Bubba's? He's being crazy. Anyways, I put my said symptoms into ChatGPT, and it was connected with something about abandonment, rejection, and stuff that I have like kind of sort of known about in my life. There you go, Bubba's. And what else did it say? And it was saying like, even though everything feels fine, your body just experienced a bunch of dopamine, of like that serotonin, oxytocin. I don't think that's the right word, so I'm thinking it's just the brain chemicals that make you feel good, and you go on this low. And so what your body does is realize it's a shock, and it processes it differently, saying like, oh, I'm abandoned, I'm lonely, I don't, blah, 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 this, and that. And it's like, well, that's not happening. Let's calm down. And so, like, I was like, fuck, like, what should I do? And I come home that night, and I end up watching this girl on YouTube. Her name is Pearl. She's literally the sweetest, and I have been watching her since, and she's starting to help me so much on my little growth journey about myself. I don't even remember which one I like watched, but it was something about loneliness. It was something particularly about loneliness. And I'm actually gonna try to like link that video in the description of this, because it's really, really good. It's a great video. You should check out her page in general. Top tier, like, has so good things for yourself. But it just helped me to like realize that like I guess I sort of become codependent on other people. You know what I mean? Sometimes I was so used to people pleasing, or that everything was a performance, or I had conditional love, that like the second I felt something good and then nothing happened after, and I wasn't constantly having these butterflies or feelings, and with the said person, like, that I was the problem, that I was not good enough, that something was wrong with me. And that's just blatantly not what's going on. You know what I mean? And I also had to catch up on myself, because I, like, after that day, I started texting like every day. I was like, I'm gonna text you all the time. You know what I mean? And I was like, sorry if I'm texting too much, you know what I mean? And I was constantly being like, thinking to myself, like, I'm like, oh, maybe he doesn't like this, maybe he's not like this, maybe he doesn't like me, maybe he's not interested, maybe this was a bad idea, maybe it's a good idea, who knows, like, what this. And I get into this constant rabbit hole of what ifs. And I really had to sit down with myself and being like, hey, this is how you are. Like, when you find interest with someone, like, you want to, you know what I mean? You want to be involved with that person. So, like, you do this. When you start a friendship, you're exactly the same way. Let's hang out again. Let's do this again. Are you free this day? Let's go. Let's do this. And if he doesn't like that, he doesn't like that. You know what I mean? But I had to realize I can't change myself in order to feel like I should be loved. And I feel like that was really big for myself. Just being like, Romeo, you're not, like, broken to love, you know what I mean? Like, you are who you are. And someone's actively texting me right now. I need to look at that after this. But I was just like, okay, boom, click in my brain, like, and then I have to think about, because I have had a mask on so many years. I have had to play this role for so many years, or have been forced into the role since I was young, of this caretaker, this caregiver, this person that solves problems, that everyone has this pressure on, the golden child, this top tier person, and that I've tried to fit that role my entire life. I still do to this day. You know what I mean? And that's literally because I'm hardwired for that. And so I've been slowly starting to chip at that, being like, Romeo, who are we? Without everything that happened in your childhood, in your life, without everything that's going on right now, who are you? Like, in your heart, who are you? You know what I mean? And so I'm starting to sit with myself and like have that realization. I have not got there fully yet. Who knows if I ever will? I feel like that's such a cool mystery about yourself, is that you never stop learning. You know what I mean? You never stop discovering what you like, what you don't like, what's awesome, what's not awesome. I don't know what else to put into there. But you never stop figuring it out. You know what I mean? And I'm also someone who likes things to be done like that. Oh, that's like the one thing that I like truly hate that I do sometimes, because I'm a spontaneous person. If I want something, I'll grab it. I'll just get it. Because why? Because I want it and I can have it in that moment and I can do whatever I need to do with it then there. But that's hard. That's like so hard to do. Especially when you're like doing it with yourself, because you're just like, I'm over here and I'm like, okay, who am I? I'm like, okay, I'll know tomorrow. I will not. It's like crazy to think about that. And so I'm bringing you guys on this journey with me. You know what I mean? I'm bringing you guys on this journey with like my life. My hope is to post like a video like 1 to 2 times a week. But also this is not like a main priority for me. You know what I mean? Like, my life will still move on even if I don't post on here or not. But I would really like to. I am not going to share this on any of my social medias or anything. Partly because I am a bit scared to post things like this, because it has stuff about my family and what I'm going to be talking about, things that did things to me in my family. And sometimes whenever I've done that in the past, it's been a little difficult. And so it's mostly like for people who just, I don't even know, managed to stumble onto my video. Like, that's kind of crazy. Also, some things about me are I love tattoos, I love singing, I love music, I love watching movies. My favorite movie franchise is Avatar. That's not Avatar, actually. Oh, what I was going to say is I want to get a tattoo of Avatar. This is Onatika May. I see you! With one of the wood sprites from Avatar 1. You know what I mean? Avatar 2 is my my favorite Avatar. I just top tier, one of my faves, because I love water so much. That's why I want to move. I want to move to a coast. I want to move to like Florida. I don't know if you would catch me dead in Cali other than San Francisco, because it's expensive as hell. Clock that. Yeah, for real. Clock that. That's crazy. But, you know, it's my second one's my favorite. I always sing the song called See, I'm singing it right now. Zombie. But yeah, and so I think all of that to like kind of not end it per se, but wrap it up. Like, I'm really excited to bring you guys on this journey and to have you guys, you know, just see me for me, you know, and all my craziness. I don't know if I'll ever edit my videos unless I like say something that I need to take out. But most of them will just be like this long, prolonged thing all together in one. Ooh, I was going out of camera view. Yeah, so feel free to put any questions or anything, or if you want more clarification on certain wow, certain things that I've said in my videos and stuff. I say videos as if I have more than one. I did have a YouTube channel out there at one time in my life. But, yes, if you have any questions or want clarity on certain things or how I'm dealing with it, how I go through, what my process is, and all that fun stuff, feel free to put that into the comments, and I will bring that up in the next video, post it or comment under your comment and try to give you some clarification on that. But yeah, so it's time to start loving Romeo. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.